Hello and welcome everyone. In this video, I will go and explain about one of the Swift MT103 example. I'll try to explain as much as possible, and the rest of it you can find it in my course videos, which you can purchase it. I'll explain about how. All right. So as you can see here, this is the example of MT103, and so this example is of a direct accounting relationship who has this RMB relationship as well, right? Meaning the ordering institution can directly send this MT103 message to the beneficiary bank or the account of the beneficiary customer. So in this case, if you see this, the 59 tag is the tag of the beneficiary customer whose name is HF Jansen, right? And this is account number 50266. Now, when this MT103 message is sent from the bank, UBS bank, which is mentioned in your block 1 to block 2, this is the ABN AMRO, right? So this is sent from UBS bank to ABN AMRO bank, Amsterdam, right? And when this MT103 message is released, this message will have some of the datas. Now the datas, some of them are picked up from the payment processing application, right? Like unique end-to-end transaction reference number, transaction reference number, and then bank operation code, value date. Anyway, it will be picked up from the instructed message from the customer, whether it be the corporate customer or be the individual customer who has used any of the banking channel to initiate the transaction, right? So those value date would be picked up from there. And then interbank settlement amount and currency is again totally dependent upon the bank. If you see here in your tag 32A euro 1960.97, this amount is nothing but this amount is going to be actually settled between the two banks, and this is calculated based on some parameters. And if you want to learn about the parameters, you can purchase our Swift payment course, where I have explained in depth about how the payment is initiated and settled end to end, which includes your account posting at the sender side, what is the debit amount that happens at the sender side, account posting validations, and how the payment message is enriched and is sent out to the beneficiary bank via the Swift, and what is acknowledgement, non-acknowledgement messages, which as a bank you receive it, whether if it is processed successfully, then you will receive this acknowledgement. If not, then non-acknowledgement message, and what is that message type and how does that look like. If you want to understand, you can anyway subscribe or buy our course. So in this case, if you see here, we have this different details. Exchange rate is not available because the currency in 32A and 33 remains the same, euro, that's why. Now 50K is your ordering customer details. 53B is used here. Now 53B is generally used when they have this account in the beneficiary bank's side. Basically, this is to inform that the beneficiary bank to utilize by this Nostro account, which is at your bank, and then debit that amount with this 32A amount, and then settle the fund to 59 tag 59. There are some other information also carried over here, like the charges and the remittance information. So not only this, along with this, we have so many other details, so many other messages which you can learn from our Swift payment course. And the course cost is very minimal. You'll be surprised with the course cost. It is very less, which we are charging it. So if you see here, the course cost is only international rupees 5,000. So here we have the Swift payment course, wherein you learn about Swift MT messages, which includes your MT103, all the MT1 categories, and you have these MT2 categories and MT9 categories. If you want to know which all messages will be covered in this Swift payment course, and not only limited to your Swift MT messages, but there are other understanding from the payments basic concepts, then DGS, ACH, and then banks architecture, RMA, accounting, lot of information is there in our course, which is around 20 hours, and it definitely will help you in terms of you to crack the interviews or to work in your current organization in a bank if you are already working, right? So for that, what you can do is you can do an inquiry to us by sending us an email, which is swiftpaymentguru@gmail.com. If you are interested, just drop an email to us. And other than that, we have other courses as well. If you want to opt for this ISO 20022 as well, along with the Swift payment courses, wherein you learn about, so in Swift payment course, you'll learn about the Swift MT messaging, and my ISO 20022, you'll learn about this MX messages, basically all your packs, pain, and cash management messages. So altogether, there will be 40 hours of videos. And if you want to make a purchase for this, you can just drop us an email to swiftpaymentguru@gmail.com, and the course cost or the videos for those is around 40 hours of duration, and only 12,000 you have to pay for that. So you can drop us an email to swiftpaymentguru@gmail.com, and we'll get back to you with the necessary details, and we'll be explaining you how you'll be granted the access for the lifelong. So do utilize this, and there are a lot of examples covered in our Swift courses. This is just one simple example. We have so many other examples for our MT103, almost 15 to 20 examples for MT103, and same way for other messages as well. We have good number of examples for all the messages, but especially for MT103 and 202, we have good number of examples. So do subscribe and buy out our courses to understand more on MT103 and 202. Thank you all, and I'll see you next time.